by the end of this video, you will know how to fix your traffic problem as an anime tattoo artist. The traffic problem that's not letting you get as many bookings as you want to get. So if you have a traffic problem, the fact of the matter is you aren't letting enough people know about you and your work. So you're either not posting enough organic content or you're not spending enough money on ads, right? And it becomes a thing of, how do you want to solve this problem? Do you want to solve this problem with time, or do you want to solve this problem with money? So pause the video, make that decision now. Don't worry, we're going to be going through both tracks to see what both look like. And then at the end, I'll give my recommendation. By the way, my name is Ramzees. I own animetattoos.com with my brother. We work with some of the best anime tattoo artists in the world. God bless. So with that out the way, let's get into it. So what this comes down to is you as an anime tattoo artist need to advertise more. What does the word advertise mean? It means to make known. So we need to get your work known in your local community. Once you dominate the local community, then you can branch out, take over the state, take over states near you, and then you can completely dominate after that. So how do we want to solve this problem? Do we want to solve this problem with time? Or do we want to solve this problem with money? So let's do the free way first, right? We'll go on the free track. So we decide, okay, we want to get more clients for free. Just know that this is going to take a little bit longer and it's going to take more work, right? This is the slower track. This is the organic track, but it works nonetheless. So free, we need to be posting more. You don't have to be posting every single day, but a posting cadence just means a rhyme or reason, a schedule in terms of when you're posting. Shady Cook, she's gained 40,000 followers in the past 30 days, and she posts 3 times a week. If you haven't seen that video, definitely I'm going to have it linked in the description. But if you're only posting once a week and you're surprised at why you're not getting booked out months in advance, I'm sorry, like it just doesn't happen. The people who do that, they have been putting in the work behind the scenes. They have systems in place that allow them to only have to post once a week. Maybe they already have hundreds of thousands of followers already. And not just being lazy with the posting, just throwing up a tattoo or a soapy wipe. Let's be honest. It's a lazy post. You know it's lazy, but it's easy, and that's where it becomes, difficult. So I have a 90-day social media strategy guide, literally 90 days of content that you can use, copy and paste what we already know is working. You can find that in the description below. But so since we're going the organic route, we have to pick 2 different mediums, 2 places that we are going to primarily be advertising our work. So you can pick from a bunch, but these are the most common ones. You have Facebook, you have Instagram, you have TikTok, Google, Reddit, email, Pinterest, YouTube, and maybe there's something new that came out and you want to experiment with that. Just make sure that you are able to find your people on the app. And typically the number one is going to be Instagram for most anime tattoo artists, because Instagram is a very visual platform where Reddit is more so reading. Facebook is kind of a mix 50-50. You can do YouTube, but you might be surprised because my number 2 as a recommendation on top of Instagram to help Instagram will actually be starting an email list. The reason I say starting an email list is because once you start an email list, you don't have to play the game of the algorithm anymore. You are building an email list. You can reach out to your clients, to people who are interested in the things that you do, whether it's your anime tattoos or a side project like merch. You have the ability to directly reach people's inbox and let them know about you. So I would personally recommend Instagram and an email list. And if you want to get crazy, you can add one more, right? If you're posting majority videos, if you know, like, oh, I'm a real person, I like to get in front of the camera, then I would recommend actually TikTok. You can do Instagram, TikTok. Just make sure you create the videos in a third-party platform like CapCut, not sponsored, by the way, and you can upload that video into both. Just make sure you change the captions and your hashtags and stuff, so you're getting the full use of the platforms. You don't want to just copy and paste, or you don't even want to do one of those things that automatically uploads to the different platforms. The platforms know, and they do not like that. Also, make sure you're not posting stuff with the watermark. So Instagram, their post came out 3 years ago where they said that they deprioritize videos with other platforms' watermarks. So keep that in mind when you're just ripping your TikTok video off and just throwing it up. Pick 2 platforms. I would personally recommend Instagram plus an email list. Super OP combo. But if you want to get crazy, you're already making reels, you're already, producing video, you can throw TikTok in there. You have those 3, you will be in a good place. Find your posting schedule that works for you. The only posting schedule that actually works is the one that you can stick to for a long period of time. When I say long period of time, I'm talking 6 months plus. I have been able to post every single day on Instagram, not because I have somebody helping me, my brother. He makes sure that we post every single day. We have posted every single day probably for 8 months straight now, and we're seeing the returns come back. So find your posting schedule and build your brand. People want to see you. You don't have to be so performative in your content, but let people get to know you, because tattoos are very personal. It's an intimate experience. It is a one-on-one thing. So it's kind of crazy to expect no, I'm never going to show my face. I'm never going to show my personality. And I just want people to spend over $1,000 with me consistently. That's just not realistic. You know it. It's okay. Well, my recommendation is find a way that feels authentic to you, that lets strangers in and really see who you are, and let them make that determination hey, I like that. Or if they don't. A common misconception is, I don't want to scare people away. No, you actually do want to scare the people who are not for you away, because it makes the community that you're building of like-minded people even stronger. Imagine you're at a party and you're trying to make the people who don't like you happy so much that the people who do like you, they just leave. Now you're at a party with people who just don't like you. So find your person and just double down, lean into it, organic, just be yourself. It doesn't have to be silly. It doesn't have to be performative. You can find that balance, whatever works for you. And just be consistent. I'm talking 6 months straight. If you aren't doing it consistently for 6 months, then you didn't even try. Truly. These social media platforms, they get paid when people run ads. So to think that you're just going to be able to just post and I deserve every single client in the world just because I post, that's not how it's set up. That's not how the social media platforms work. You have to be consistently providing value that makes people stay on the platform so they can get shown ads. That's the whole way this works. So if your content is good and you are consistent, they reward you with the exposure you want. So again, top 3 things: a posting schedule that works for you over a long period of time, minimum 6 months of consistently posting, and be yourself. Just let people get to know you. All right, now we're going on the next track. Now we're solving the problem with money. So what does money mean? It's paid advertisements, right? So if you're doing paid ads, you actually only have to pick one platform. You don't have to do 2. 2 is like gangster status. I'm trying to be booked out a year plus. And the different platforms that I typically work with: Google, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And you only have to pick one. If you're already on Instagram, it might just be easier to do Instagram. And my quick recommendations is you have to be spending at least minimum $10 a day. Absolute minimum, because if you're spending less, not enough people are seeing it, and you're going to think stuff isn't working when it's really the algorithm is trying to find the people who will actually interact with your ads, and you're not giving it enough money to spend to find those people. And then you're just going to kill it prematurely, and then you're going to be like, ads don't work. It's not true. You just didn't know how to use it. Number 2, post organic. Organic plus paid is the most broken thing ever. It is literally like they help each other so much, because think about it. When you see an ad that you like, the first thing you do is go to somebody's profile and you start scrolling to see what they're actually about. Imagine somebody finding you, clicking on your profile, and then seeing you haven't posted in 3 weeks and you post barely. Like, it's like, oh, dang, that sucks. And they're just going to keep going throughout their day. They're going to forget about you instantaneously. So organic content helps more than you could ever imagine. And number 3, you want to optimize for leads. You don't want to do a sponsored post. You want people to fill out a form. You want them to give you their information. It's pretty much them saying, yes, pick me, reach out to me. I am interested in booking with you, and realizing that maybe they're not ready to book with you right this second, but your content is going to be the thing that moves them to the next stage to eventually book you. There are a lot of resources online. I'm going to be coming out with a training specifically for anime tattoo artists, but minimum $10 a day. You have to post organically. It helps so much. And optimize for leads. Do not just sponsor a post for views, for profile clicks, or even send people to a link tree. Link trees convert at 3%. So that means every 100 people you send to a link tree, 97 just leave, and only 3 actually click a link. And then think about the people who actually go and look at something after. So just collect their information and reach out to them on the back end. But I'm not done yet, because whatever platform you pick, if you're consistently doing organic and you are consistently running ads, good ads, that is going to be the most OP thing. You can pick Facebook and it only be 3 stars. If you're consistently posting on Facebook and you're running good ads, it's going to turn into a 6-star. It's going to break the scale and it's going to absolutely crush for you. So whatever platform you decide to move on to make your main thing, just remember, if you do both, you will be at such an advantage over everybody else. And if you really want the craziest advantage, working with some of the best anime tattoo artists on the planet, we've developed a system that completely gets rid of your traffic problem. And broken down into its simplest form, it attracts strangers and sends them to a high converting website that turns them into clients who tell their friends about you, and that referral goes back into the system, and round you go. We call it the anime client acquisition system. If you're interested, I'm going to leave a link in the description. You can read a little bit more about it. It's not for everybody, but I just wanted to give you the option if you were interested. So you made it to the end of this video. What are your next steps? Your first step is decide how you're going to solve this problem. Are you going to solve it with time? Are you going to solve it with money? Number 2, if you're solving it organically, pick your 2 platforms. If you're doing it paid, pick your one, learn about it. And if you're interested and want to take a look behind the curtain of what we're doing at animetattoos.com to help anime tattoo artists get booked out months in advance, you can check out the link in the description. I love you. Peace.